there is a council in Yorkshire that is saying that they want to take away the playground equipment to encourage older children to play. Well, London Play is an organisation that works to make sure that there's plenty of places for youngsters to get out and about and play in the capital. Paul Hocking is the director, and he joins me this evening. Evening, Paul.
Hi, Georgie. It's Hocker, by the way, not Hocking.
Oh, sorry, Hocker. It's my mistake.
Not a problem.
No, my mistake. I can't read properly. Now then, what do you make of this, taking away equipment?
Yeah, it's intriguing. I think a lot of playgrounds that are funded by councils in parks can be a bit boring, if I'm going to be honest. A lot of them are made out of tubular metal and moulded plastic, and they're not that exciting, so they lose their novelty value pretty quickly. So I'm kind of intrigued. If the council are saying we're going to take out these boring playgrounds and they're going to put in the place some interesting natural play elements, then that's fantastic. But if they're just going to rip it out and leave like a barren wilderness, then that's no good at all. No child is going to want to play in that space. So they need to think through what they're replacing it with. It's not good enough just to take something out. You need to think what you're putting in place of it. So we build playgrounds using natural elements, wood, stone, sand, and we make sure that there's something for everyone in the play space, and we make sure that it's landscaped and it's an interesting, exciting space for children to engage with. If they want to create like a wilderness garden, with bug hotels and the rest of it, then that's a different proposition. But I think what they're heading for is playgrounds or play spaces that have a very strong natural play offer. And I welcome it, I think.
In terms of what London Play do, and I say that you make sure that there are plenty of places for youngsters to play in the capital, that must be quite difficult in terms of green spaces.
It is, and children really do benefit from being in touch with nature. There is a condition, a psychological condition called nature deprivation, and a lot of children in London do experience that when they don't get to make a mud pie or a sandcastle or climb a tree. They're missing out on something, a really important part of their learning in terms of appreciating nature. What we do in London Plays, we've pioneered play streets since about 2010 or 11, and that allows residents to shut streets for a few hours to traffic so children can play out. So it's a make do amend situation in London. We've only got so much space, so let's use the space that we've got, perhaps in different ways, like play streets.
I think that's a wonderful idea, playing out on the street, because we used to be able to do that as children, definitely. You run awards. What do you look for in a good playground?
Well, the best playgrounds, the gold standard for playgrounds are adventure playgrounds, of which in London there's about 80, maybe there's about 200 around the country. And just for your listeners, just to be clear what an adventure playground is, it's a staffed playground, so there'll be play workers there. The structures are designed and perhaps even built with the children's partnership, and they're ever-changing. We've got some wonderful playgrounds in London. We've got some that date back 40, 50 years, and generations of children have come along and changed the structures and painted them, and they're really vibrant, alive spaces. So they're our favourites because they're children's favourites. So we very much support that. So I don't know, if Kirklees had a few quid, why not build an adventure playground or two in those spaces? So we hold an award ceremony every year in Leicester Square in London, the Adventure Play Awards, Georgia. You should come if you're in London. Well, you are in London. I'll send you an invite. It's in October in Leicester Square. And the children that attend these 80 adventure playgrounds in London, they make films of why they love these playgrounds and the staff and the things that they do there. And we show them on the big screen and we give out awards. And for the first time last year, we opened it up outside of London, and a playground in Newcastle won an award as well. So there's some really great adventure playgrounds around the country. There needs to be more of them, and they certainly don't need to be cut, which is what's been happening in London, where, because of austerity, councils are looking to make savings. And where would you look first? To cut a service that is used by people that don't vote, i.e. children. And we've had a lot of pitch battles with councils to stop playgrounds being closed. But so far, so good. We've held the line, and most of the playgrounds have survived.
Paul, really good to talk to you tonight, and thanks for the invite. Sounds lovely. If you'll get me on a swing rope, that'd be brilliant. Paul Hocker from London Play.